Hey, how's it going guys? Captain Kuba here, and today it's time to discuss the God of War community's favorite topic, who blew the horn?
Somebody just called the serpent.
Ever since we saw this cutscene play out in the previous game, fans have been theorizing about who could have possibly spoken to Jormungandr. I personally made 2 theory videos about it and mentioned it more in depth in another video. The first one is really bad, the second one is a little bit better, and the third one is easily my best theory on the topic. Now, with the showcase of God of War Ragnarok, as well as the reveal of Angrboda, fans have had to factor her into the theory as well. I've seen many videos about it, and I thought I would give my take on it. So sit back and enjoy going down this rabbit hole with me. The first thing I need to talk about when it comes to the question of who blew the horn is make sure we all know the criteria. Number 1. The person who blew the horn cannot be associated with the Aesir gods in any way. We know this is the case because when Jormungandr thought Kratos and Atreus were friends with Odin, he was ready to fight us. This automatically eliminates people like Thor, Odin, and Heimdall. Yes, even though he blows a horn, it is not the same one. And number 2, the person who blew the horn has to speak Jormungandr's language, which for some reason is a dead tongue. This is odd because Jormungandr came from the future, not the past, so the language shouldn't be dead. If anything, it should be futuristic. Bottom line, characters like Kratos or the dwarves are automatically eliminated because they don't show any evidence that they can speak such a language. So far, the only characters who can speak with Jormungandr are Mimir, Atreus, and possibly Tyr. The evidence for Tyr can be found on his bridge, which depicts an image of him blowing on a horn. But this doesn't necessarily mean he's blowing the horn from Midgard. It could very well be a battle horn, since Tyr is the god of war. But for now, let's just say that he is in fact blowing on the Midgard horn. What do these 3 people have in common? They are all associated with Jotuns, which points to the conclusion that only Jotuns or people who know their language can communicate with Jormungandr. This is why fans feel the need to factor Angrboda into the theory, since she's a Jotun and not a regular one, she's Jormungandr's mother, which gives this theory even more weight. But what does that mean for my previous theory? Is it wrong? For those of you who don't remember, about a year ago I made a video predicting 5 story moments in God of War Ragnarok. One of them was the mystery of who blew the horn. My theory at that time states that at some point in the story of the next game, something was gonna go horribly wrong, and the only way to fix it would be by going back in time. During this mission, Kratos and Atreus would blow the horn and tell Jormungandr to drop their future selves in front of Thamur's corpse. I came to this conclusion because Kratos questions this in the last game.
Dead giant. Why would the serpent leave us here?
But now that Angrboda is confirmed to be in the game, is my time traveling theory eliminated? Not necessarily. You see, the fact that Angrboda exists in this universe is odd to begin with, because as we learned in the previous game,
the giants, they really are all gone. There's nothing for us here.
Santa Monica beats it over our heads that all the giants, for some unknown reason, are dead. Now the writers of the game could come up with a clever exception for Angrboda. Maybe her parents hid her in Vanaheim since those gods don't have a quarrel with the giants. But if they want to stick with what they set up in the previous game with all the giants being dead, then they'll have to come up with another reason for Angrboda's existence. I personally believe the Angrboda we see in the trailer came from a hidden Jotunheim. My 2 pieces of evidence are what God of War 2018 says about all the giants being dead, and her character portrait possibly giving us a new look at Jotunheim. In her background, we see a mountain in the distance that looks suspiciously similar to the one Mimir showed us of Jotunheim. But the only difference with this depiction of Jotunheim is how much life there is. There's vegetation and even some creatures flying. Meanwhile, the Jotunheim we see in God of War 2018 is desolate and filled with dead Jotuns. A possible reason why Jotunheim might look different is due to Fimbulwinter affecting the realm. Eric Williams has confirmed that Fimbulwinter is not only affecting Midgard, all of the realms are going to be different because of it. But if you ask me, I don't think Fimbulwinter will restart life for an entire realm. I think this is going to be something Kratos and Atreus do with the help of Tyr. I've always said the Jotunheim Kratos and Atreus visited in God of War 2018 is odd, because the giants should not be dead. Tyr helped them escape Midgard safely, yet it looks like Thor somehow got in the realm and killed them all. I've settled on the theory that the Jotunheim we went to is the one from the first timeline, the one in which the gods managed to kill all the giants. I suspect Tyr created this illusion in order to trick the gods from this current timeline in case they were successful in finding the Jotunheim Tower. Think of it like the Wakanda Dome. This means that this is not the Jotunheim from Kratos and Atreus' timeline. The quote-unquote real Jotunheim might be hidden in time, as the song Lullaby of Giants seems to indicate. So is it possible the real Jotunheim is the one seen in Angrboda's background? I believe it is. I predict Tyr will help us reveal the real Jotunheim in the next game. But what does this have to do with the question of who blew the horn? And now that Angrboda is confirmed to be in the game, does that make my time traveling theory wrong? I don't think so. The moment of who blew the horn and the Jotunheim mural are the two story moments fans are most excited to learn about in the next game. It would be a waste if we talk to Angrboda and she simply says,
Yep, yeah, totally was me. I blew the horn. Yep, it was me. Wanna go on a date, Atreus?
Instead, the moment of who blew the horn should blow our minds. And the only way I see that happening is if Kratos and Atreus are the ones responsible for doing it, but with the minor change that Angrboda will be there with them. So here's my theory. Now, there's no proof for this, I'm just putting myself in the writer's shoes. In the next game, Tyr will lift the illusion spell he placed on Jotunheim in order to protect the realm from the Asgardian gods. After this happens, Kratos and Atreus will officially meet some of the giants as well as Angrboda in Jotunheim. She will tell them what to do next in order to stop Ragnarok. Their mission will take them to the base of Yggdrasil, the World Tree. To get there, they will most likely use the realm between realms. Once they obtain whatever they came looking for, all three of them will be confronted by Freya and Thor. This will be a dual boss fight just like Magni and Modi were in God of War 2018. Although no one will die in this fight, it will however result in the World Tree splintering. This will send Kratos, Atreus and Angrboda to the past, just like it happened with Jormungandr. And they will arrive at Midgard exactly when past Kratos is putting a sickly Atreus in the boat. All three of them will go to the travel bridge, blow the horn, and either Atreus or Angrboda will consult Jormungandr about something, possibly how to get back to the future from where they came. Now tell me, isn't this a better idea as opposed to having a conversation with Angrboda in which she reveals to us that she's the one who blew the horn? By making it time travel related, it involves the player in it, making this moment a lot more meaningful and mind-blowing. But then again, this is just a theory, or in this case, more like fanfiction. I'm sure Santa Monica's take on it will be different and even better. But then again, this is not gonna stop me from predicting the entire story of the game. Ever since the trailer was shown, I've been telling you about this big prediction video I've been working on. I even told the director of the game himself.
We're excited to see what you guys come up with as you move forward, but you know, like I said,
All
team
right.
is.
I'm gonna be predicting the story of the next game. Just watch me, man. I'm gonna be predicting it now. So yeah, I'm currently working on predicting the story for the entire game, which I'll probably be wrong, but then again, it's going to be a really fun video to make. So if you're hyped about God of War Ragnarok, make sure to subscribe for more weekly God of War videos. And as always, I want to give a big thanks to all of my members for supporting the channel monthly. People like Gypsy Boy, Marwan Sherm, and Bailey Oust, to name a few, are a big reason I'm still able to upload these videos. So from the bottom of the underworld, thank you. I would also like to thank everyone who likes and shares my videos. It doesn't seem like much, but it really does help. And with that said, thanks for watching. And remember, go forth in the name of Ragnarok.